Hello everyone, this is Siddharth. So there are a lot of queries regarding the resume making, so that's why I'm making this video for you people. I do understand the feelings of a candidate. So like how to build up a proper resume for the interview. Now first of all let me tell you one thing. What's the basics of the resume? So we will be discussing regarding this resume in parts. So the first part will be the introduction of the resume. Now I will be giving you some tips regarding the resume. Now, what is the basic difference between a CV and a resume? CV is curriculum vitae. Now, the full form of the CV I told you. Now, what is CV and the resume? The resume is exactly a brief about your academics and experience, and CV is a more details about your, about your career, about your profile. It includes your academics, experience, and the personal details. Now, every trainer or every resume maker have a different strategies. I do have a different strategies as well. I will be discussing the same, and I do guarantee that if you are following the strategy, certainly it's going to help you. Because the first, the word what we are acquainted with whenever we are submitting the CV or sending the CV through email is CV not shortlisted. We are really tired, right? So a lot of candidates are facing the same problem. Okay, if we are sending or submitting the CV, the word that we listen often is that CV not shortlisted. So to get rid of that particular sentence, CV not shortlisted, what to do actually? Now, why? The question is why CV not shortlisted? As I talked about this CV versus resume. Now, CV should not be look like a history book, because I came across a lot of CV which is like a 4 or 5 pages or 6 pages. Okay, so it should not be a history book, because the interviewer or the HR doesn't have a time to take care or to look all the details of yours. Okay, so what are the basic things they will be taking care of? Your skill sets, your education. Okay, so and yes, your personal details a bit. Okay, so mainly your skill sets. Now the question is why you're applying for the job. On what basis you're applying for the job? You're applying for the job on the basis of your skill sets, right? So your technical skill sets. I came across again a lot of CVs. There are no technical skill sets, and even the skill sets are very very brief, or it's near to like nowhere actually. Okay, so your technical skill set should get highlighted. We'll be talking about this later. So, and even, okay, so it should not be a history book, and even for the resume as well. Okay, I will be telling you 2 to 3 pages. Okay, or if you do have an experience, maximum 3 to 4 pages, but not more than that, please. Okay, so they don't have a time to turn over all the pages and check all the details. Okay, so they will be checking whatever the requirements of the profile are, whether you do have that profile, or if you do have that skill sets or not. That's what they will be checking. So now we'll be discussing the tips and the main points what a proper resume or a CV should look like or should possess. Okay, number 1, it should be very simple. Okay, now if I'm talking about simplicity, it should not be uncomplicated. Okay, I have written worked in company A, worked in company B, worked in company C. Now the profile what I'm giving for all the companies, okay, I'm giving the profile or the job description, okay, or whatever the profile I've worked with of all the companies in a one paragraph. for the HR or for the interviewer, it's very complicated or very confusing to check it out for which company what is the profile. So there should be, like, for company A this is the profile, for company B this is the profile, company C this is the profile. Okay, it should be bifurcated. Now I have came across a lot of CVs. Okay, so company A, company B, company C, fine with it, and the profile is mixed. This is a very important point, just an example to show that it should not be complicated and it should be very simple. Number 2, very important, the file name. Now again, this is the basic of the resume. Whenever you're making a resume, the file name of the resume should be your name. My name is Siddharth Paul, so the file name should be Siddharth Paul. Again, there are a lot of CVs with the name of updated CV, resume engineer, okay, resume digital marketing. I came across one of the CVs, like, for an example, a name, okay, Shyam Rockstar, okay, latest updated CV. So this should not be a file name. Okay, so your name should be your file name, because it's easier for a recruiter, to check, to check your CV through the name. Okay, this is number 2. Next one, it should be what I discussed, it should be readable. Taking care of the font size, taking care of the font type what you're selecting, okay, and even the gaps, the intent, the margins. Okay, so you have to be very clear, and the clarity should be there on the resume, okay, so that it should be readable, okay, and it's properly structured. Okay, the next point what you're talking about is readable. So it should be readable and in a proper format. Now you'll be getting a lot of templates. If I talk about the templates, okay, if you'll be getting a lot of templates in Google. The best simple template where there is no complications is there. Okay, so I will be suggesting you go for that template only. Now it should be decorative. I will be coming to the next point, which is presentable. But readable means the proper margin, the proper format, selection of exact format, the font type, the font size, okay, and the margins, okay, and the exact template, so that it should be readable. It should be properly structured. The objective, then the point. A lot of people give the education. Okay, so education is a gateway. I would be preferring it would be a next one. The first one, the basis of what is the base, the basic, which is your skill set. The skill sheet should be on the page 1. Okay, so that is, it should be readable. Next point we'll be talking about, it should be presentable. We do have a quality, but the quality should be in a presentable way. Okay, so it should be a bit of decoration, selection of font type, okay, and then how you are drawing the margins, blocking it, okay. So again, how you're making the presentable, because this is a first impression. As this caption of this video is, the first impression counts, because they are not knowing you, okay, they don't know you actually. So first what they will see or check your CV. So with the CV, they will be assuming you what you are. As we give a DP on the WhatsApp, on the Facebook, okay, so that should be like attractive a DP, right? So this is the DP for the job interview. So you have to be very careful about the presentation, the presentable of the resume. It should be a bit decorative. It should be attractive, so that the interviewer should should go through all whatever you have written. Okay, so that's the very important point. Okay, the CV should be presentable. Now the next point, which is a very, very important one, which is highlighting your skill sets. Again, as I discussed earlier, the skill sets are missing for a lot of candidates. You're applying for the position of digital marketing executive, or a sales executive, or a network engineer, or any profile. Okay, so the skill set should be there. So what are the skill sets you possess to to say that you're the best fit for this profile? For example, I am an engineer, so what are the skill sets I have, and I have certified for as well? Okay, so there should be a brief highlight about your skill sets. Okay, and that should be, I will be recommending that should be 1/3 of your page one. As you know, the page one, okay, is an important thing where we highlight, especially on the newspapers as well. So on the page one, your skill set should be there. I will be recommending us after the objective. After the objective, your skill set should be there. So in in bulletins, you can write your skill sets. I will not be preferring in a paragraph, but in a bulletin you can give your skill sets, whatever you have or you possess. Now, whatever you have or you possess, or what you're confident to handle those questions about your technical skills, please write those skills. If you don't have that, or if you don't if you're knowing just a bit, I will be recommending, please don't write on the CV, because again, the technical questions, okay, what they will be asking you, 80%, I'm telling you, 80% from the skill sets what you have written. So whatever you are confident of, all your skill sets, what you possess, okay, write all those skill sets only. And 20% of the skills, technical questions would be from their requirement. Whatever the profile required might be, they will be asking those questions as well. Okay, so a lot of questions can be, they can ask from the skill sets what you have provided on the CV. That is very important, how you are giving it in a very proper way. Next point would be, customize your CV, please. I do have a lot of skill sets. Okay, now what exact skill sets the company required? So whatever the company is requiring, and if I'm applying for that company A, so that requirement, that particular skill set should get highlighted. And if you know more about the skill sets, please highlight that particular skill sets for that company. So the CV should be customized for each company what you're applying. But again, you should possess that particular skill sets what they require, and then only you can highlight on the CV. So customize your CV according to the requirement of the company. The next one, the detailed information, or the detail or the proper information. Please provide the proper information on the CV. Now there are a lot of missing information. For an example, I am giving my qualification details. Okay, I'm not giving the year of passing and the marks as well, because we want to hide. Might be we have passed just a passing marks, 40%, 45%, or there might be a gap. So that's why I am I'm not providing the year, the passing year. Please don't do that, because a lot of companies, the eligibility is for an example, 2019 pass out. Okay, so 2019 pass out. So if they're not checking which year you have done your graduation, okay, so might be your CV would not get shortlisted. So that's why you can hear CV not shortlisted from the recruiter. So please provide the exact details, like the passing year, the marks, okay, because if they're not getting the exact information according to the eligibility, the CV will not get shortlisted. Okay, so they require 2020 pass out, so they will check whether the candidate is 2019 or 20 pass out or not. If it's not there, it's missing, CV not shortlisted. Okay, so the detailed information should be there. And last one, there are a lot of things we'll be discussing on the next video, but the last one, it should be concise. As I told you earlier, it should not be a history book, it should be concise. everything, all the details of your skill sets and about your career and about your education, about your personal information, everything should be there, and it should be in a concise manner. Okay, it should be in an objective way. I will be providing all my information on the CV, and it should be genuine, okay, and it should be proper way in a concise way. Within, I'll be recommending for the fresher 1 or 2 pages maximum for the fresher, not more than that, please. Okay, so that's all about a shortcut, or you can say a tips regarding the resume making and to create your first impression to the recruiters and the HR. This is just you can say my effort towards a candidate to get a good job in a MNC. Thank you.